for the next 10 minutes or so, I can be a little less than that. We wanted to talk, Terri, Reed, and myself.
Could folks take their conversations outside, please? We have a meeting to continue. Please stay for the meeting, and that's great if you can stay. But if you want to have conversations, please take them outside. We're trying to hold the rest of the meeting.
This is Terri Reed, and I'm Gary Haliski, and we are on the Social Justice Committee, along with Leslie, and I don't see any of the other members here tonight.
Martha.
Oh, Martha's here. There's Martha. I didn't quite turn around, Martha. So we've been meeting for, we formed about a year and a half ago, and I don't want to run over the 10 minutes. I'm going to let Terri talk about something that we did this week that was very, very cool, and hopefully is going to pay dividends down the road for us.
Yeah, my name is Terri Reed. I'm on the board of the Santa Clara Community Organization. I'm also a member of Santa Clara Social Justice Committee. And what we were able to do this week was partner with the River Road Community Organization, their Social Justice Committee. And we were welcomed to North Eugene High School for a lunch period with the Black Student Union, as well as other affinity groups. So we brought pizza to a bunch of high school students, pizza and cookies. And because we just came talking about a financial topic, this was, we pooled our own money, no taxpayers paid for this. I just want to be clear about that. So we brought 15 pizzas and 150 cookies to students at North. And basically these groups form because students find safety and security, and they feel like they're heard in these groups. And it was really great for them to welcome us. We didn't hijack their meeting. We didn't really ask them a whole lot of questions. We basically told them, hey, we're part of this local community. One member of the River Road community actually shared with them what a community organization was, because I'm sure a lot of high school students don't know that. And Dawn was so gracious to basically represent us and tell them, hey, we've heard about the hate and bias incidents that have occurred at North Eugene High School. We're here for you if you need us. Gary talked about, Gary and actually another River Road member talked about a bias response team that is available to students if they should need it. And we just said, we're here. And if you need us and you want, and you know, we want to hear from you if there's something that you need, we're here to listen. And it was really cool to just spend that time with them. I think there were 70 to 80 students. And my understanding, it was a large group. It was a large group of students for a lunchtime event. And I think there's 1,000 at North right now. So it's a pretty large group. So that's what we got to do this week, and it was really cool. Anything else that I'm missing?
Just the bias response team, if you're interested in helping out a targeted person, if something should happen to their house, which we had out in our area, go to our website, go to the Social Justice Committee tab at the top, drop down to the bias response team tab, and then contact us, and we'll get you on that team. If you're available, that's great. For whatever happens, if you can provide food for somebody, you can help clean up, you can console people. It's turned out to be a really good thing, and it's been activated. Fortunately, it's been activated. What I'd like to do now is quickly go over the survey that we did last month. So the Social Justice Committee did a paper survey here, and then we had an online version of it. They weren't quite identical. That's my fault. I did them, didn't do them the same. We had a total of 19 responses. 7 of them were online. We didn't have anywhere near the size of audience last month, so we didn't have a lot of paper responses in here. So quickly, try to get in within our 10 minutes, because you're going to hear people want it 10 minutes in here. I do want to have social justice presentations as part of our monthly meeting. 16 yes, 3 no. If no, why not? Because other higher priority items should be the current focus, because the monthly meeting should have a short in caps segment every meeting. I feel it's important to discuss social justice as it impacts our community members. So somebody who actually said no, sort of said, that's still okay to have something. I want to learn more about the history of race and discrimination in Oregon. So then we threw out some topics. Yes, 13, no, 3. We actually have done a few of those. So I thought that was interesting. We can probably come up with more, and maybe people felt that way because it's more interesting if it's local. I want to be in a book group reading and discussing issues about race and equality. So there weren't, a lot of people just abstained from that one, but 6 yes, no 5. If you're one of those people, same thing, go to our website or contact me or Terry or Don or Martha, and we'll try to get something going there. We do go over books. We don't necessarily pick the same book each month, but we just tell them what we learned about a particular book. I want to participate in an ongoing monthly discussion about race and race relations. Yes, 6, no 6, kind of the same number of 6 that want to do the book thing. We'd have to figure out how to do that. Again, if you're interested in that, contact us. I want to watch videos and documentaries educating me about social justice. Yes, 14, no 2. One person indicated just send me the links to the videos. Another person, yes, but not during the meeting. So these are the same thing. Seems to be a little theme there. I want to meet people who can share their own experience with discrimination. Yes, 14, no 2. That would be a really tricky one to pull off because in talking to BIPOC people, that's just not a comfortable thing for them to come to a bunch of white people and talk about that. So, but it is, I think there's probably something we can do with that. So that was interesting. I am not interested in any of these topics. One person online said they were not interested. And then just some other thoughts that I'm going to go through quickly. Offering presentations to Washington Convenient is helpful. But do them on, try to get some online so that people can attend and see them. I'm more interested in where do we go from here topics. America and Oregon history of race relations are quite oftentimes depressing. We can and need to do better. And we discuss that a lot in our monthly meetings. Thank you for the great work. My only concern is the time spent on meetings that generally run long. 10 minutes. Get the word out. I love the BRT, the bias response team. We need to let folks know it exists and how do we do that. So we're hearing, go ahead and do presentations, keep them short, prefer videos. And then some of these other things are just going to take a little work for us because having the book clubs, having tried to get a BIPOC person in here to talk to us about how they feel and the incidents they have, that's a tricky one, but I think they can be done. So thank those of you who did the surveys. Yes.
Well, from what you were saying, you said it might be hard to get a Black person to come in and talk about racism that's happened to them. Why are you saying it's only happening to Black people? Because there's Hispanic people that racism
Well,
there's
BIPOC.
He said BIPOC.
BIPOC.
BIPOC is Black, Indigenous people of color. So he was saying, I think you heard the word wrong. It was BIPOC.
Okay.
So I just retired.
Yes.
4J.
All right.
And a couple of years ago. And I just want to give you some feedback.
Sure.
The Black Union did start at the middle school I was at. It divided because they got pizza and cookies and all the rest of the kids didn't. So there's just a little something I thought might.
We can speak to that. Oh, we have.
No, just that you just hang on. Something you might consider that we suggested because the Black football players from U of O were coming and all the kids wanted to meet them. So I get that, they're feeling divided, but I do know some teachers that are at North and I do know some administrators and they're getting some pushback from some parents for this separation because they made a notice that no white kids would be allowed. And that did go out. I just want to let you know that this is happening.
Good feedback.
So I'm just going to give you a little feedback. One of the things that we decided was a better way was maybe to bring the kids, if there was some conflict going on, bring them together, have a project that they do together. Maybe they make pizza in the kitchen. Maybe they go work in the garden together. Maybe they go to some of our kids work together to build something because at the middle school I was at, they had a workshop. So I'm just saying, if you're planning these events and you're thinking maybe we should bring all kids together, not just separate them out. Just an idea. I just want to throw that out.
Sure.
And I probably didn't have the right to say anything.
Oh, no.
we're glad. And I would like
I'm
more
like-
New
information
ideas,
about what
new
you
ideas.
want.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. It's feeling is that there are parents that are not happy. Because North Eugene did send that out and posted it. I'm just letting you know that going in there.
Do you have a
Without-
picture of the posting? Can you get
no, I
that
can't.
information?
Well, you can ask the secretary at the school. She knew
I
about it.
think we might have it.
Was it, are you referring to our specific, this week, that we did this week?
Whatever was sent out, was it from the school?
I don't even remember who sent it.
I'm just giving you some, that it starts to divide and create rather than bring together.
People, it said something. to the effect
Is there a moment I can
that if
speak, or do you
were
want to keep talking?
not black,
Can I just
We would
speak
like
about my
it
experience?
yeah,
Excuse
only
me?
people of color is what we would like it to be.
At North Eugene?
Oh,
I don't
that
know if that's what
wasn't,
you're
yeah.
talking about, but it
Yeah.
didn't say they couldn't come, we would like it only to be.
Our particular event or a specific other event?
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's trying to.
Oh, I just
Okay.
wanted to speak of my personal experience with the Black Students Union at North Eugene High School. My son just graduated from North in June, and he was a very active member of BSU for the entire time he was at North, and he's a white kid. And so I'm just saying, he was welcome, he participated, and as far as I know, and there may be, and there were also pieces, there were certain specific times when he was asked to step aside, because there were times when the kids of color needed to process things alone. And but most of the time he was welcome. And there's certain specific things where there's a need to caucus, then he would, I'm just saying, I have a kid who just came through as a white kid who loved being part of BSU. And didn't,
I'm just giving you
yeah,
feedback.
and so not everybody's experience is the same, just.
Well, it wasn't my experience, it was students in the classroom who.
Yeah, and to say that there's at least another perspective too, that's all.
Thank you, and everybody,
Yeah.
feel free
Yeah.
to speak up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice job.
Can I also lend something to something that's happening at high schools? Did you know that they're having their filming, that they're showing at various high schools in the 4J school district called I'm Not a Racist, ... am I? And each high school has a different night that's going to be shown. And it's limited to about 300 of the first respondents. And I have a child that is neurodiverse, but that is, so we are grouping folks, and that is causing the nervous systems of the kids to get hyper vigilant and create more friction and more upset and within even our communities. So I think this has got to be this is a very slippery slope, and it's already being highly engaged upon by a lot of parents and groups nationally and statewide that are not pleased about these just differentiations, because we've all got to learn to live together. And we've got to be Americans, and we've got to be community. And not one is more or less than another.
So just, and this has been going on for 5 years, because it started about 5 years ago. I've been retired almost 3 because I left right as the pandemic. It was very tense that certain kids got the privilege. And so it became a divisive thing when this before. It, kids just play together and
Right.
and so it created something that wasn't really there.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just saying from that school, so I don't know what was going on at North. I've never sat there, never been there. So when you say, you brought pizza and cookies, the rest of the kids were wanting the same thing. Just to say.
Yeah, and it's all in goodwill. I think you just bought into something that we need to really be careful of in that. Are we going this way and alienating these folks? Are we, because we all matter, every single person. And I would like to see more camaraderie, more projects, more togetherness, rather than grouping out and dividing.
We've got lots of projects.
Yeah, me too.
Well, let's move